Welcome, guys, to the first ever edition of Random Talks for my random thoughts. There's random thoughts in my head that I gotta get out, and I'm gonna put it on here. But today's random talk, or the official random talk for today, happens to be about Disney. Is Disney capping their best shows way too early due to the season cap? What I mean by this is that ever since I did the Girl Meets World, my Girl Meets World review 1, 2, and 3, as well as Girl Meets Rah Rah, I have been thinking about this a lot. It seems like they're really trying their hardest to tie up loose ends way too early. And usually when you see that happening, they know that they're not going to have a third season. A part of me feels like their actual intention was to extend the universe, to allow Riley to experience different people, different places, different things, and the same thing with Maya. When she tries to say the same, things are going to change gradually. And the same thing with all the other characters. But it feels rushed. The way she treated Charlie was one thing that Riley would never do. She is all puppies and sunshine and bubble gum and cotton candy and happiness. That is who she is. She's a hippie at heart. Nothing wrong with hippies, but they are very, very mellow, happy people. And she is one of them. So seeing how she treated Charlie was a bit off-putting, and it also made me think, are they going to end it here? Are they going to not have a season 3? At this point, I don't know if they announced it or not, but at this point, it is still not announced that they're going to have a season 3. There are people sitting on their hands waiting on it, but it looks like that they're not. The way they actually did shoot this, they probably knew ahead of time they're not going to have season 3. It seems like it's rushed. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but it seems like it's rushed. And usually when you see that, you know that it's going to cap off at season 2. Now, going back in the day, and yeah, I say back in the day because it was probably the early 2000s, maybe the late 90s when Lizzie McGuire came out. I could be wrong. Leave in the comments if I am. But Lizzie McGuire was one of those shows that I never thought I would be sucked into if it wasn't from my homegirl, Tama Girl 101. She literally got me into watching Lizzie McGuire, and I watched those shows daily. And this was when it was on the air. Now, it was a really great show. Started off in middle school, worked its way up to, I think it worked its way up to high school. I can't remember if it did or not, or if it went to college. It was one of those transitional shows. But I think that the season finale, or the series finale of the show, it took way too long for the realization to happen, and mostly I think that they actually want to gradually happen in high school, but they capped it in middle school. And one of the major characters had to leave. I think it was because of a movie shoot. We didn't see her for majority of the next to last season, and then they were going to start something between Lizzie and Gordo. And that was supposed to happen, but then that kind of got 86 with the movie. There was other speculations on why that didn't happen, but honestly, guys, we all know that Disney actually has a season cap. There's only so far that Disney will allow a season to go, or how many seasons that they will allow for a show to have. I don't know what the season cap is currently, but it all depends on what Lizzie McGuire's seasons were back during that time, because that was a very popular show. But the messed up part about it is it ended with a cliffhanger, and then with the movie it ended with an even bigger cliffhanger, and it didn't resolve anything. The same thing with That's So Raven. Whether you like Raven-Symoné now or not, it's completely up to you. But at that point, when she was still working with Disney, that show was very popular. There was a lot of things happening to her. There was a lot of transitions happening in her life to where she was going to actually leave high school, graduate from high school to go and be a fashion designer. There was a lot of transitions happening in her friend's life. Well, so much happening in her friendly life, I guess, in her family life. So many things happening with her friends, relationships, a lot of things, and actually a possible relationship with her best friend, even though they had a lot more in common than the dude she was with at the time. All that I know is that there was going to probably be a huge extension to the show, and it just capped off with a Just Say No episode. A Just Say No episode about her brother. That was the finale, guys. Really, I am not joking. Look it up. But honestly, it really makes me think, why are they capping these shows too early? I mean, if it has a resolve, I understand. Because with Boy Meets World, it had to have resolve. They were in middle school, they were in high school, they graduated to college, they experienced life on their own, and it all ended with Topanga and Corey getting married. Perfect ending. Perfect closure. It was great. Yeah, we wonder how they were going to be maybe in the next 10, 20 years. But honestly, it was a great cap to the show. If you do a show like that, and if you actually have a nostalgia show based on Boy Meets World, you got to have a good ending. It feels rushed. It really does. They're really rushing to get Lucas and Riley together, even though, in my opinion, I'm still rooting for Lucas and Maya. That's me. And not to mention, I really wish that Riley gives Charlie a chance and maybe Charlie be better for her than Lucas. We all see how Lucas actually treated her going to the dance. He kind of made the assumption they were together, but she wanted a little bit more, and she probably will get more from Charlie. And that's my own personal opinion. And like I said, this is random thoughts, and random thoughts are just coming out of my mouth. So I know it's not going to be so much on topic. But yeah, that is my opinion about that situation. There's so much more they can do with that show. They can actually make Charlie a decent part of the cast. They can make him her boyfriend maybe for like a few seasons, and then something happens, they got to go their separate ways if they want to do that. But I really think that Charlie would be better for her than Lucas at this point, because Lucas has a lot of growing to do, and so does Maya. Hence why they would be great together. That's just me in my opinion. As for Zay, as much as people like Zay and his comic relief, like I said, he really has no point in the show or no purpose in the show, even though I wish he would have a little bit more, but he doesn't. But now I'm going off tangent here. The thing is, I feel like they can have a lot more to say and a lot more closure if they actually extend the seasons. But right now, we really don't know if they're going to have a season 3. Nothing has been announced. And at this point, nothing has been announced. So if something has been announced, and I don't know about it, by all means, leave it in the comments. But guys, those are my random thoughts for this random talk. I'm the Nature Girl 30. Peace out, guys. I will talk to you later.